If I were to ask you who you think Wario is as a person, you'd probably come up with something like a greedy, snot-nosed mother fluffer who cares about nothing other than his own financial gain. Well, what if I told you that this isn't the case? Under this exterior, there's a soft and... Nah, I'm just kidding. You're absolutely fucking right.
Welcome to Wario World.
Wario World is a crazy-ass adventure. Long ago, there was an evil black jewel that fed on the wishes of people. This dark jewel gave birth to many evil spirits who then tormented the good creatures of the world. Blah blah blah. The jewel got sealed away, but Wario, being the greedy bastard he is, takes the jewel for himself.
Oh, free at last. I'm chock full of power. I think I'll turn this greedy sap's jewels into evil spirits.
And after Wario loses all his valuable belongings, the game just instantly kicks you into the action. This not only helps the game pacing wise, but it also serves to show just how much of a badass Wario is. He just lost everything. His palace crumbled to the ground, his riches have been completely turned into monsters, but Wario doesn't give a shit. He just gets up and is all like,
Time to go, let's get a move on.
This is something that should be noted about Wario, his iron will. Even in his walking animation, you can tell he ain't running all frantically to get his life's work back, he's just taking a stroll. It's like he knows he could be going faster, and the confidence in his stride just tells you that he knows him getting his stuff back is inevitable. Now, I've been looking a lot into Wario's history of games recently, and something I've realized is just how underappreciated he is as a character. Why does Waluigi get all the love? Yeah, I know, but think about it. Who has all these awesome games with a solid story, amazing gameplay, beautiful art style, and fleshed out personalities? It's Wario. Yet Waluigi is sitting over here with next to zero accomplishments. You gotta ask yourself why we give him so much of the spotlight. Seriously though, Wario is a great character. He's purely focused on the grind and absolutely nothing is going to be able to come close to stopping him from achieving it. Back to Wario World, the game is just really solid. The controls feel fluid and holy moly, that music is going crazy. The music in this game is extremely well done, and you'll notice this off the bat with the first level. It perfectly reflects the in-your-faceness of Wario as a character, and I love it. The combat in this game is simple, yet fun and engaging, having Wario comment on combos and just make Wario noises. The levels are structured to be a mix of a collectathon, a platformer, and a beat-em-up game. And while that might sound like it's trying to do too much at the same time, it does all of these ideas very well. It's like the gameplay matches with Wario as a character being a bit odd and off from the main brothers of the Mario franchise. After every level is a boss, and does Wario cower in fear when he sees this alien horror beyond human comprehension? Absolutely not. Instead, he simply says,
I'm number one.
Not a second of self-doubt, just pure confidence in his own ability to take down this horrifying creature. He is like this with every boss, and the bosses themselves are actually really cool. This baby one made me go, ooh, very scary. And they not only look really cool, but also have different enough attack patterns and ways of beating them, making them all really fun to beat. And you really do beat these bosses and enemies. I mean, compare Wario to Mario. They seem to be similar in strength. Mario can just pick up Bowser and spin him around before throwing him a long distance, yet Mario seems to be more withholding of his power. This just goes to show that Mario is a more gentle and caring individual, perhaps not wanting to scare his friends with how violent he could possibly get. But Wario is on that gangsta shit and does not fuck around. Picking up enemies before launching them into walls, just pile drive slamming mofos into the ground, spinning them around at high speeds, he really does not pull punches when it comes to fighting these monsters. Sometimes the enemies will actually cower in fear when Wario starts beating up all their friends. It's truly great. The collectathon aspect of Wario World is really cool. There are chests littered around each level, needing to be spawned in by pushing buttons that match the spawn point's color. These chests are full of interesting treasures, but honestly I didn't really go for all of them during my playthrough. On top of these treasures, you can also save these fairies that give you insightful hints about the level you're currently playing or unique enemies that are coming up and their weak points. At the end of the game, these guys bust a move, and depending on how much you save, Wario's mansion will be rebuilt to varying levels of success. I'm not sure if the game actually shows you the mansion at the end, because if the credits just roll and Wario goes, "Why are you doing this to me?" or something. But hey, it's still cool to watch these little fellas boogie down. If you collect every main treasure in a level, you are rewarded with some WarioWare thing that you can connect your Game Boy Advance to in order to unlock. But, well, you know, I'm emulating the game, so no can do. You also collect gems that need to be obtained in order to fight the level's boss, as well as these golden statue fragments that will give you extra health upon collecting all of them in a single level. I only ended up getting half a heart extra, as you kind of need to replay these levels in order to actually find everything. And on my first playthrough, I was not itching to replay every level to 100%. I just wanted to see all the levels and bosses, but I will probably go back and 100% the game eventually. Scattered throughout Wario World's levels are these trapdoors that you can ground pound into. These lead to platforming segments, with a heavy emphasis on the usage of the camera controls. I actually really like these sections, perhaps even more than I liked the beat 'em up style of gameplay. They feel very similar to Mario Sunshine's floodless stages, which I'm pretty sure was intentional, as Nintendo had to have known how much players enjoyed those sections of Mario Sunshine. These platform sections get really difficult by the final level, keeping things challenging, which I respect a lot. Overall, Wario World is amazing. Tight platforming segments, simple yet fun combat mechanics, beautiful levels and interesting bosses, and solid collectathon goodness makes this game one of my all-time favorites. I give it a pump a score of 9 out of 10. Well, that's all folks. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a good day.